Hello and welcome to the Football Banter Box. We've had a little break over the World Cup, but we're back with some cracking topics today. We're going to go through the World Cup, tell you all what happened, and talk a bit about FIFA's corruption as well. And then Thomas Tuchel, is he the man to win the next World Cup or maybe the Euros? We're going to have a look at Newcastle falling apart. I'm sat with two Geordies, so they'll have a bit of an opinion on that, and so do I. And then we'll talk a bit about Kevin Keegan as well. And then there's a quiz at the end for the lads as well. My name's Lewis. I'm with Chris and James. You all right, lads?
Hi there. Yeah, all right. A special guest, James, on the show, who I used to work with a few years back.
A few years ago.
Absolutely. So,
but yeah, it's good to have someone else on other than Renard. Sorry, Renard.
Renard's currently sunning it at the reggae festival, so he'll be enjoying that, I imagine, like Bob Marley.
He's here in spirit.
Absolutely. So, on to the World Cup then. Just give us your overall impression of it before we dive into some of the detail about the corruption.
I don't think it was a very good World Cup. Things were pretty boring. I think there was a lot of what seemed like the players didn't have the energy to play the matches. I don't think it was down to the weather, but the amount of travelling they had to do. So like England travelled more miles than anybody during the World Cup. I think it was like 11,000 miles through the three countries for the World Cup. And that's going to take it out of you. So I think that was playing a big part in how poor the games were.
Yeah, I mean, like when we played Norway, I think both teams were struggling with them being European and with them being in the heat or whatever. But like you say, the travelling, the thing that spoiled it for me, I think the hosts and nations were good. All the stadiums were good. I liked how when they brought the whole team out to do the national anthem, not just the players who were starting, and they brought the country's flags out. Everything was really good in that respect. But I couldn't keep up with the games as much as I'd like to. The games were kicking off at 2, 3 in the morning, just all around the clock sort of thing. When I was working, I was missing a lot of the games, and yeah, it was hard to follow, wasn't it? It was hard to keep up with what was going on.
Yeah, when you got the overnight games and you got work the next morning or anything like that, you're going to miss a lot of the games. And the hydration breaks as well.
Yeah.
They were pointless.
Yeah.
One of the England games, I was saying it was only like 20 degrees inside the stadium because it was air conditioned.
Yeah.
Still have a hydration break for the weather.
Yeah.
And we're playing hotter than that here.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't have hydration breaks. It was all advertising
and a little tactics break as well. Because often we saw a game stop, come back and the momentum had gone. The other team were on top because they tweaked something or changed something and did ruin the games.
I always thought England looked really vulnerable after the hydration breaks.
Yeah.
I thought we just looked like we didn't come out and we lost the focus.
Professional athletes.
Yeah.
It's only 45 minutes of activity and they were struggling with it.
And this is it. They are professional athletes and, you know, they're saying about the amount of games they're playing per season and this, that and the other. But they are professionals. They're being paid very, very well to be the professional.
Exactly.
Like us, we're going to work 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to complain about being tired and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Hydration breaks.
Where's our hydration?
Cup of tea, isn't it?
Oh, I do plenty of those at work.
Yeah, you definitely get your breaks in at work. So, in terms of the World Cup, we'll talk first about, Chris, you've got a story about the pricing and the fans getting priced out of it. It's not really a game for the fans anymore, or this World Cup wasn't.
Yeah, well, I just read somewhere that the train in New York that takes the fans to the stadium, because you can't walk there like you can in England to places. You've got to get trains, whatever. They bumped the price up from $12 to $150, just because they knew the World Cup was on. I mean, that's over, 120% increase on the price of a normal service. But also, like, the hotels were bumped up and everything like that. But at Atlanta, they just kept it the same. So it was $2.50 each way for the fans. A hot dog was $3, a beer was $9. You could get nachos and cheese for $3. And they kept the hotel prices the same.
That's pretty good.
I don't like that. I don't like it. Really just grinding every last penny out of the fans who are going to these events. So I read somewhere that someone paid $20,000 for a ticket to England's game in the semi-final against Argentina. So
that's pretty good as English fans, because if you go on holiday, first question you're asked is how much was a pint?
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
When you look at the brochure, that's the first thing you look for.
Yeah. €2. So those fans that went to Atlanta will come back thinking, that was all right. They looked after us.
Yeah.
But if they went to New York or maybe even Mexico, wherever we played, they'll be thinking, well, that city ripped us off, like
Yeah.
exploited us for our cash. Like,
Yeah, I mean, $9 a beer. Well, what's that, about £7 maybe?
that's all right.
That's okay. But some stadiums were charging $20 for a litre cooler. Like, it's like a litre of beer. It's like bigger than a pint can sort of thing. Yeah, $20 for a beer. It's absolute extortion, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Like, you already have to tip when you go to the States.
Yeah. Do you have to tip in football stadiums as well?
I think so, yeah. At sporting events, I think you do, yeah.
God forbid they paid people properly. Right, but that's from the fan point of view, the corruption, the money side of things. Let's talk a bit about what we've seen since then. FIFA and Infantino trying to sell this stake in the World Cup. What do we think, James?
It's just pure corruption, isn't it?
It stinks, doesn't it?
It's just to line Infantino's pockets more than anything. It's not for anything else. FIFA is supposed to be a non-profit organisation.
Yeah.
Selling the stake in the World Cup for $40 billion is an awful lot of money.
Yeah.
And especially to who he's trying to sell it to as well. So obviously all the UEFA, CONCACAF, all that have said, we're not going to take part in your World Cup if you do this.
Yeah.
So he's obviously scrapped the plan.
Yeah.
But that now makes his job untenable. He can't carry on as the head of FIFA.
No.
But with that, 10 years ago when he took over, Gary Lineker, and I'm not a big fan of Gary Lineker, but he tweeted out something like, in 10 years' time, we'll realise he is as corrupt as Sepp Blatter.
Really?
He said that in 2016.
How would he
see the future? Yeah. Infantino was in UEFA before FIFA, and UEFA's not exactly known for being squeaky clean, is it?
No.
So he's probably had some dealings there as well that have gone wrong, and not as publicised as this, because this is the World Cup. This is every country in the world that you're trying to sell the product, and the countries or the football associations had to agree to it by September to get the initial £20 million of funding. In Europe, it's not a lot of money in football terms.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the other African countries, maybe the Asian countries, could have done with that.
Yeah.
But it's just the way it was done.
Yeah.
We're going to sell the World Cup. It stinks, man.
It does. There was an air of that as well. Obviously, when Argentina was running through the whole tournament and getting every decision, they got to the final without playing anyone in the top 15 till they faced England. I thought they had an easy group. They had an easy draw, had an easy route. He had all the decisions. Yeah, it was horrible. And I do know it's because of Messi and, the amount of shirt sales and things like that. If they saw him, the last time he won the World Cup, imagine the influx of revenue that went to Argentina and their football. And it's a bit like watching PSG or Barcelona in Europe, getting all the decisions. It's exactly the same. It's a fix.
I might have that a bit next year with Sunderland.
They're not playing PSG though.
You won't, but
right, now we're starting.
That's the first time for everything.
I know, yeah.
That was a low blow.
What they actually saw, Messi getting to the final with Argentina, is how bad they were in the final.
Yes.
Spain schooled them in terms of football, and I think everyone around the world is really grateful for that.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, it was 1-0, but it could have easily been 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Martinez had a game of his life.
It was a dreadful final.
Yeah.
By the way.
It was awful, yeah. Because compared to last World Cup, France and Argentina, that was the best final I think I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In my life, hands down. And I've seen Liverpool come back in Istanbul. I've seen PSG destroy Inter 5-0 in a final, 5-0. But yeah, hands down, that France Argentina game was ridiculous.
I'm glad Messi won that one. I'm glad he won one, but this year they were just disgusting as a football team.
Well, I saw a stat, I think it was just before the England game, where England were getting a yellow card every sort of like 7.4 fouls. Argentina were 22.5 fouls per yellow card. And that just says it all, really.
Yes,
Everyone else was more around the 7s and 8s, and this is 22.
So where's the consistency?
There isn't any, because they're trying to get Argentina to the final.
Messi should have been sent off for that heel scrape that he did, or at least a yellow. I don't think he got booked for it.
No, he didn't.
Quickly on that one then, a bit of the corruption The referees. Balogun.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
So the American guy who got sent off against someone, but they were going to play Belgium, and he was allowed to play against Belgium because Trump made a quick phone call to Infantino.
Was it not Bosnia? They beat Bosnia.
That'd be why the England got an extra game.
Yeah.
Keir Starmer would have rung up and they gave him an extra game for that.
Yeah. How dare you call us?
But now just change the rules.
Change the rules.
Just
now we know what we know after the World Cup with Donald Trump's son-in-law's brother trying to invest in the World Cup. Do we think there's something gone on there with Trump? And he said, if you don't let this player back in, you're not getting my £40 billion after the World Cup.
Yeah.
There's something to look into there, you know?
Possibly, yeah.
Infantino's in his pocket.
There's too many dots connecting for it not to be anything.
Yeah, it's absolutely just appalling. And
this is our game.
Yeah.
It's not their game.
And now Infantino's been disgraced with the World Cup. Trump's saying, well, I haven't spoke to him about it.
He's
throwing him under the bus.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to know, does he now?
Who's in line potentially for the FIFA job?
No.
Arsene Wenger.
All right.
Well, he's head of something at FIFA.
Yeah, I think it's like I think he's head of football at FIFA, which sounds funny, but it's like the rules and stuff, changes.
So he's been touted as the next president of FIFA.
That wouldn't be too bad.
Hello?
Yeah. He's had some...
How old is he now?
70 odd, I reckon. He's had some controversial rule changes that he's trying to bring in, and some people have just said, nah. So, but I mean, we know him. We know he's done good stuff for football, hasn't he, in England? So
yeah. I did.
Let's go a bit England specific then. Thomas Tuchel. I'll start. I'm a big fan. I think he did the right thing against Argentina. We'd done it in the previous games. We knew it worked. Put an extra defender on. Probably agree that he should have had an outlet, Watkins, on for Kane, maybe. But in the previous game, I said to take Kane off, and everyone sort of booed me down for that. I said, you can't take Harry Kane off. So what choice did he have? What choice did Tuchel have?
Where was this performance when we played Argentina? Because he could have changed the midfield. Saka and Rashford won, took Kane off, like you say. When we played with Tony, although he's nowhere near Kane's level in terms of goal scoring ability, all he had to do was run and press. And with Harry Kane there, we didn't have that. Why didn't he do that then? Get another goal. Argentina looked very vulnerable, I thought, the whole tournament until they played us, which is so disappointing.
Hindsight, though, no one at the time was saying, all right, we've scored, take Harry Kane off.
Yeah,
no one was saying that.
But when you go 5 at the back against the world champions, you're just inviting them on to you and letting the pressure build up. They're going to score eventually. And then he brought Concert on, and that was it. I was on my way to work anyway, but I turned it off. And when I went into work, everyone was saying, oh, fuck's sake. And they'd scored.
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez had scored, and I was like, well, that's it. You blew it. You absolutely blew it.
Taking him at the back post.
Yeah.
All on his own 3-yard out.
He got lost. It was the only mistake Stones made, was to lose him, but it cost us the tournament, really. But
I think if we could have got it to penalties, we'd have won them.
Yeah. I don't think you can blame the players. You just got to blame the tactics.
Players are on the pitch.
It was suicide.
I think if you bring on that many defenders and just invite pressure against a team like Argentina with Lionel Messi, who can open up any defense.
Any defense, yeah.
You're just looking to get beaten.
Yeah.
But if we proved with the goal that they're there to be taken. Keep pushing. Even taking Gordon off, put Rashford on.
You could have even put Gordon in Kane's position and brought Saka and Rashford on and just kept going for it. Go for it.
You look at what Gordon did last season in Newcastle a couple of times. Wasn't very often.
He was playing striker for most of the Champions League campaign, wasn't he?
Nobody else was good enough.
So was injured.
Yeah.
For some reason, he didn't favour Valdemar anymore.
That was a weird decision.
But yeah. I think he should be sacked. When I say it, I think he should be sacked. And I think we need to get all our money together and try and get Pep in. Because England have just never been good at keeping the ball. It's not we're always either a counter-attacking team or we're like a more physical team when we get goals off corners or set pieces or whatever. but we just can't keep the ball. And Pep's the master of that. Possession. When we went 1-0 up, after that we had 7% possession against Argentina.
That's shocking, that is. For any professional team, that is shocking.
Yeah.
Let alone an international team.
Yeah. So...
Pep in.
Yes. And then even the game for third, when we played France, we were 4-0 up. We were cruising. And you were like, where the pressure was off, I know, but where was this England team on Wednesday?
France didn't come out in the first half, though. They were really poor.
Yeah.
How many changes did they make at half time? 3. And it changed the game completely.
Yeah. And then we scored 3 goals. They scored 3 goals, sorry. And he still didn't change it. And I was like, what is he doing? So, yeah, for me, he needs to go. Yeah. James.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
I'd
go with that. I don't think he's right for the players England have got.
No.
If I'm honest.
Well, I mean, who's going to come in for Kane? He's 34 now. Is he going to get another World Cup? Probably not.
I think you might get one more out of him.
One more tournament, maybe.
I think, obviously, he'll do the Euros, depending on who he's playing for at the time, for the next World Cup, potentially wheel him back out for that, and then retire from international football from there. It's rare that you get a player like Messi or Ronaldo that are going into the 40s, known as professional, even less so at international level.
Yeah.
If you look at Alan Shearer back in the day, retired from international football at, 30? He was England captain at the time.
Wasn't it Arca ended it for him? He got injured in the derby, wasn't it?
That was in his last ever match, which shouldn't have been his last ever match, but it was.
We made sure it was.
But we still won. Albert Luque even scored.
It's
sticking on the subject then of Newcastle, absolutely falling apart.
There you go.
Gordon's gone, Tonali's gone, Bruno's going, conductor Eddie Howe's gone. What's going on?
I think it's just hit the reset button. As much as I don't like it, it's just happening.
The reset button's turned everything off. Everyone's gone.
What do you reckon, James?
Well, it's hard to see what's going on because Eddie Howe looked done in at the end of last season.
He looked ill.
Even at the end of the Bristol game on Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday night?
Yes.
Wednesday night. He just looked shattered.
Yeah,
he looked done in. And at that point, you're thinking, well, the next day, obviously, the news comes out, not officially at the time, the news comes out that he's gone. But when you look at him, you think, yeah, you can see he's done.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at last season, I think he has, at that point, then taken us as far as he can take us.
Yes.
The season before was obviously absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Getting back into the Champions League, bringing a cup home for the first time in 70 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
he's done fantastic for us.
He's done brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic. He's best manager Newcastle's ever had, I think. I think the on-field success came before the revenue, and that was the issue because
we peaked too quickly.
Yeah, we peaked too quickly. Yeah, we couldn't keep players, and Eddie Howe's squad got picked apart, and it's going to take it out of you eventually. I mean, I think he's been told that Bruno's going to be sold, and that's when the straw that broke the camel's back, sort of thing.
But why now? So at the end of last season, there was a debate, and he said it's going to stay on. Do you think it was promised back then, we're going to keep these players? And all of a sudden, Tonali's gone, Gordon's gone.
So the stories that came out on Sky Sports the other day were he went to the owners at the end of the season, went, I'm done, I can't do any more. But the owners gave him assurances of different things. And he said, okay, fine, no problem, I'm going on holiday, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Went on family holiday, came back and just went straight to them, went, I can't, I'm done. Right. And he said, but I will stay on until you find the next manager. This is what was on, Keith Downing was talking about it on Sky Sports the other day. And obviously they've found him in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
The next guy. Matthias, I don't even
Yaisel.
Something like that. Highly regarded in Germany.
Yeah, he won the league, I think, in Austria.
He won the Austrian Cup. He won the Saudi League, I think, twice.
Won the Asian Champions League twice in a row. He's only 38. I mean, he's younger than me.
It was, I know it's the lower leagues of football, but you've got to learn your trade. He's used to winning. He's getting results. That's who you want. You don't want someone, you'd obviously rather take him than someone who hasn't won anything. You know, when Regis Labrie came to Sunderland, he hadn't won anything. and he still won't win anything.
There's a friend of mine. He's a big Sunderland fan, and he was very, very pessimistic about Regis Labrie.
Yeah, he knew nothing about him.
Yeah, he's same as this Matthias fella.
Yeah.
Said knew nothing about him, but he's done wonders for Sunderland. He says he's probably the best manager he's ever seen at Sunderland. He's 60-year old, and he's not seen any better than that. So I feel sorry for him.
I mean, when was Sunderland ever in Europe?
First time?
It's the first time.
Last time the Vikings invaded, I think.
No, they must have got in when they won the FA Cup in 73.
A while ago.
Yeah, it's quite some time.
Yeah, it's quite a while ago.
I'm sure this is the first time.
Really?
Isn't it funny how Lewis Miley's got more appearances in Europe at 19-year-old than Sunderland now?
Surely Amiobi scored more goals than Sunderland, haven't you?
That's saying something.
That is saying a lot.
The Mackham Slayer,
Hey.
Surely Amiobi.
He scored at the Newcastle.
Yeah.
So do you reckon this Matthias fellow will be any better at derby days, or?
Oh.
He's got to be. He's got to be.
Can't be any worse.
No, I mean, who were the last few managers in the derbies?
I think,
I can't remember.
Goes back all the way to bloody John Carver.
yeah.
He was useless anyway.
Yeah. Just going back to Eddie Howe, I mean, like, no English manager's ever won the Prem. Was that part of the problem for attracting new players? I think so, maybe, potentially, yeah. Now that we've got a foreign coach, we might be able to attract different types of players. We had the most English players out of any Premier League team the whole season. We had Murphy, Byrne, Tino, Hall, Pope, Willock, Gordon.
We even had Ramsdale as well.
Dell, yeah, like
Lewis
Lewis Miley, practically our full squad was English.
Could put Pope and Ramsdale in the goal. Someone would still score past them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you would.
This is going back to Eddie. There was a few times last season. Yes, we played a lot of games, but his loyalty to certain players cost him results. Likes of starting Byrne at left back over Lewis Hall, which is just criminal. You know, he didn't have a good keeper to pick from. Instead of letting Ramsdale have a run of games, as soon as Pope was back, he just put Pope straight in the net again. And it was just like, come on, Eddie.
Well, he did the same the season before when Pope was injured.
Yes.
Bravka came in.
Yes.
So the Bravka got that run of games and he was doing really, really well. The second Pope was available again, dropped the Bravka, put Pope back in. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Pope's terrible with his feet.
He's awful with his feet.
Yeah, and that's how it's going, isn't it? Like,
Football is now, yeah. You need to play with your feet.
You do.
You play out from the back.
But his saving ability as well has dropped dramatically.
Yeah.
Really dropped dramatically. And
It was since he injured his shoulder.
Yeah.
He was never the same after that. But this new manager coming in has no loyalties to anybody. He's going to be ruthless. He's going to tell them what he wants. He's going to play his way.
How do you know? Has he been appointed?
Yes.
Has he done his first
Well,
appointment?
he was at La Manga yesterday.
I think we paid 11 million for him.
11 million euros, yeah.
Compensation for taking him off Al Hilal or something like that.
Apparently he was in La Manga yesterday with the squad.
Yes.
Had a squad meeting and all that sort of stuff, and he's allegedly waiting for Bruno to get there today. Whether Bruno arrives or not is a different story.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Well, Newcastle have said that there's no firm offer being made from Arsenal.
Still?
Are Arsenal trying to just disrupt things? Do they really want him?
They're playing a Liverpool game, aren't they? Like last season with Isak. We'll disrupt the player to the point where they want to go. They'll put the bid in.
Same thing happened with Xhaka. Got him on side for Chelsea. He wanted to go to Chelsea. And they made us a ridiculous offer, like 8 million. And obviously we said no, and we've managed to convince him to stay. But that's how they seem to do it now.
Yeah.
Rather than spending loads of money and then the player saying no, go to the player first, and then he can force his way out from the inside, can't he?
That should be made illegal, though. I'm sure there's a...
Wasn't that tapping up?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a
law against
some sort of law case there.
But what can you do?
Well, what's the point of contracts? There's so much player power now. Like, Bruno's still got 3 years on his contract. You know, he's kissed the badge. He said he's a Geordie and all this. And he's never once come out and said, I'm staying at Newcastle, end of story. So it stinks for me, like.
I think we all held on to a bit of hope last week when he was fishing with that Newcastle hat on.
Yeah. But it's cryptic and it's teasing us, isn't it?
Yeah.
As fans who love him, we love Bruno.
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks from the start of the season, you need to know.
I mean, this guy could have a statue outside the stadium if he stayed for the rest of his career. He's a club legend. And, you know, if he's not happy with 180 grand or whatever week he's getting, and he wants to get an extra 70 grand a week or whatever, just let him go. Good riddance.
Been there with Darren Bent.
Yeah, I mean 80 grand for a 28-year-old is really good business. If we're looking at it from without all rose tinted glasses on, that we love Bruno, it's a good deal for Newcastle.
80 million.
80 million, yeah. Yes, so there's 100 million for Tonali, 25 million for Gordon, 80 million for Bruno, 140 million for Isaac. Say that's well over £500 million of 4 players or 5 players.
Where's it going?
The next 3 years, PSR won't affect us. It won't affect us. We've got a new manager. We can have a full reset, and we can just go again. He'll be able to build his team how he wants, rather than Eddie's team, who had a lot of high-profile, really good players, who finished 12th last season. Let's not forget.
Yeah, it was a shocker of a season.
Shocking.
It dropped 25 points from winning positions.
Yeah.
Which would have put us third.
Yes.
That's crazy. That would have put us third in the league.
Sunderland had the most points from losing positions, I think.
Yeah, we did not give up like that.
What happened next season?
I'm a bit nervous about next season.
Yeah, how do you feel about Sunderland anyway? Because, we're just talking Newcastle all the time and taking over.
There's no doubt, like, we punched way above our weight, and some of them games we shouldn't have won. We shouldn't have even got a point.
Yeah.
So we need 5 or 6 more players, definitely. So far we've only signed 1, and he's 34. Thomas Meunier. He's a good player, but
where's he from?
He's had a lot of time at Bayern Munich, I think.
Oh,
it's like a German international. He plays like everywhere across the back line and the midfield. So he's going to be more of like a utility player.
Then again, a lot of players that Sunderland signed for the Premier League last season, I've not heard of them either.
No.
Apart from Xhaka.
Yeah, probably had a good World Cup as well. He got three goals, I think, for Holland.
He's a good striker.
Oh, he's fantastic. I don't really want to talk about it because I think we're going to have a bad season.
Why?
Like I say, I just think...
the extra Europe games, do you think he'll take it out of them?
Extra Europe.
It's a thin squad.
Yeah, it's done it to Palace. Our first team's all right, but we haven't got any depth.
You go on like Thursday to Sunday when the games are like so close together. Yeah. You've got all your cup games as well. And Newcastle played 58 games last season.
Yeah. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough for Sunderland, yeah, but at least we might win the derby. At long last, Newcastle might win a derby. Yeah.
Let's hope.
I don't think there'll be any trouble, because I think Hull, Ipswich and Coventry, they'll be in trouble. I can't see them.
I think they'll be the whipping boys, them 3.
Yeah.
If the whole Premier League,
hopefully. Just finished 17th, it's all right.
How do you think Bournemouth will do now they've lost their coach? Because they're a very well-run club, considering the stadium only holds 11,000?
15, I think.
15,000?
15,000, something like that, yeah.
That is tiny in terms of Premier League status, isn't it?
But that's small in terms of like League 2 status. I think Mansfield holds about that.
Yeah.
And that's not a big stadium. They've got one stand they can't use.
Yeah.
And they still get, they don't get 15,000 in there. They get about 6.
Yeah.
But it can hold a lot more.
Yeah.
I think now that he's left, a lot of their players might be poached.
Well, they've just signed a defender from somewhere in Portugal. Chelsea and Arsenal were after him last year for 80 million because it's his last year of his contract. They've got him for 25 million. So they do good business, and then they'll sell him next year for 100 million.
That's what Brighton did as well, though, isn't it?
They do good business.
Brighton was the only team that was actually in profit last season. Didn't make a loss. So over the last 3 years, I think Brighton are plus 43 million, whereas other teams have recorded losses.
Yeah.
And that's with Danny Welbeck's pension.
Well, now transferred to Chelsea, so he's out of Chelsea pension.
It's mental, that.
Same as Jordan Henderson, though, isn't it? They couldn't get Xhaka.
It's a big.
They couldn't have got Jordan Henderson.
Yeah. It's a big pension purse, isn't it?
Yeah.
At Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they need. They need a bit of experience. But I don't know if Danny Welbeck's Chelsea level.
No.
So, who do you think's going to win the league then?
Oh, it's quite early, but I think Arsenal might go again.
Arsenal?
City?
I think Liverpool. So very divided there on our.
If Arsenal go and get Vinny Jr., which is mad, by the way.
He's using them to get a new contract. Yeah. He's not going to host.
And Bruno
for the bench. It'd be unbelievable.
Well, yeah, he is.
He would be.
If you want to go and rot on Arsenal's bench, Bruno, good riddance.
Right.
Yeah, I think Liverpool with a new coach, they're going to have a good season this year, Liverpool.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure we'll talk a bit more about Premier League in the next few weeks. James, tell us about Kevin Keegan then, the story that you've got.
What a legend. Story I've got about Kevin Keegan was, it was Alan Shearer's first ever appearance in a Newcastle shirt. Pre-season friendly away at Lincoln, so Bank.
Yeah.
Tino Asprilla in the team, all that sort of stuff. I was there, full kit. I was 9 years old at the time. The flag as well. Walking in front of the team bus. Kevin Keegan shouting out the window, "Will you move out the way?" Yeah. Because obviously they need to get there for a certain time. And I'm there walking in front of the bus, like, yeah, I don't care. Shouting through the window to get out of the way. Yeah. Never ever forget that.
Well, you can't.
He's the reason why most of us fell in love with supporting Newcastle. So my dad, he's a Newcastle fan.
Yeah.
Took me to my first match in 1992 away at Managerial Town in the FA Cup. It was a 0-0 draw. I've still got the programme as well. Kevin Keegan was manager then.
Yeah.
And we won the league that season to get promoted to the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just the football then. You had Andy Cole.
Yeah.
Scott Sellers, Rob Lee. And it just made you want to watch Newcastle United.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting into the Premier League and the rivalry with Manchester United when we got up there. And I love it if we beat them.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers
It's iconic, isn't it?
It is.
He took us to levels where us as fans think Newcastle should be. Kevin took us there, and what a legend. I didn't actually know that because it was a bit before my era. I didn't start supporting Newcastle till Bobby Robson was there. He'd won 2 Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah.
Kevin Keegan.
So he'd won 2 Ballon d'Ors and then came to Newcastle in 1982. And so I talked to my dad about that because it was before my time as well. So I was born in 86. And he was saying that, crowds weren't great.
Yeah.
Back then. Low numbers. Then Keegan turned up in what is now the Championship. And just everybody packed into the stadium. Everybody was there week in, week out to see Kevin Keegan because he just lit up that place. He united the city as a player. There was a bit of disarray after he left and retired and all that sort of stuff. And then he came back as manager in 92. And again, united the city, united the fans, played exciting football that everybody around the country loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, even my friend that supports Sunderland as well, he was saying he used to switch the TV on to watch Newcastle play because they were that good.
Wow.
At the time.
I wish I was around to see it, like.
Because of where we lived at the time, my dad was in the army, so we lived in and around London. Went to a lot of the away games in London.
Yeah.
And it was so exciting. There was a game where we couldn't get a ticket with the away fans, so we sat with the West Ham fans at Upton Park. It was like, if we score, do not.
Yeah, sit on your hands.
Because we're going to get our heads kicked in. 7-year-old, 8-year-old. It's what it is. We won the match 2-0, went top of the league. We had walking back through London after getting off the tube, singing "We Are Top of the League" all the way through London. We're the only Newcastle fans there. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
He was a proper legend, to be fair. I didn't know a lot about his football career, only his manager stuff, but since he's passed away, I've been looking into it. Yeah, legend.
Oh, he's a hell of a player. Even as an after dinner speaker and everything like that. Apparently, whenever people wanted his autograph, he stayed however long it took to do as many autographs, every autograph. He didn't turn anyone away. He was just, he was a man of the people. And I think that's what a lot of people will take away from that. And that showed with the tributes at St. James's Park last week. It was, I went through with my daughter last Thursday and just seeing it, getting tears in my eyes. It was, the sort of messages that he left.
King Kev, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's the king.
The Messiah.
Yeah.
Bottles of brown ale as well. You see all them?
Loads of bottles of brown ale. So I was stood there thinking, could do with one of them right now. But no, it was...
If that were Mike Ashley, he'd be selling them at the next game, wouldn't he?
I used to work for Mike Ashley as well many years ago. And he's a nice bloke. He's a nice bloke to talk to, get along with, all that. So he's like one of the lads.
Yeah.
Football club owner? Nah, stay away from football, mate.
Yeah.
Businessman, isn't
he? Do your sports direct. Make your money there.
Yeah.
Stay away from football.
Especially Michael.
Yeah. No, nice story that about Kevin Keegan. Got a little quiz for you.
Here we go.
Yeah, two Geordies in the room. So, I'm going to give you some appearances and some years and the clubs that his players played for. You just have to try and tell me who it is. Feel free to jump in at any time, see if you can get it. So started with Newcastle in 1993, made 157 appearances. Went on loan to Bradford City in 95, got 1 appearance. Gateshead in 96, got 12 appearances. Stockport County on loan in 97, and Hartlepool in 97, got 15 appearances. Went on loan to Huddersfield in 97, 98, got 24 appearances. Went on loan to Brighton in 2011, got 5 appearances. Then he moved to Hull City in 2013, got 23 appearances. And then in 2016, ended his career at Sunderland with 0 appearances. Do you know who that is?
Ooh. That's really tough.
I've left out a key fact that would help you a lot. Do you feel like you need it?
See, I want to go Michael Chokra, but it's not going to be in. Way too early.
Bit too early, yeah.
But he scored goals for Sunderland, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't score anywhere else.
Him and Cameron Jones, by the way. Top tier. I'll give you the fact, try and help you out. 0 goals.
He never scored?
Never scored.
Because that just takes it away, because you only remember the players who scored, don't you? Like,
I think you're looking at a goalkeeper.
Yes, you are looking at a goalkeeper. 2013, he was a keeper at Newcastle.
But he didn't play for
Steve Harper. Yeah, didn't get a lot of games for Newcastle because of Shea Given.
Yeah. I will certainly check. Shaka is lot.
Yeah.
Shea Given.
Steve Harper.
I didn't realise he'd been out on loan that many times.
Ended at Sunderland. Didn't make any, but he was more of a coach at Sunderland in the end. Yeah, Steve Harper.
I didn't realise that.
If I'd give you the goals, you probably would have got it.
Yeah.
Got it quicker.
I think I'm just excited for the new season to begin. Excited to see what we can do, and also see how Arsenal hold up defending the league for the first time in 20 odd years. See how Arteta does under the pressure of being champions, and see what the other big clubs can do. See if Villa can keep pushing to break the cycle of the cartel 6, keep getting those top 4 spots and keeping the other teams out, and see who wins the derbies. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for the derbies. I think at Newcastle, with this change of the manager and the coaches and all that sort of stuff, it's going to be completely different for us this season.
Yeah.
I think because he's German, not English as well, he's that little bit more removed from sort of the emotions around it.
Yeah.
So he can focus on the actual match rather than the emotion of the match. So hopefully for us with the derbies, it'll be quite good. Be interesting to see who comes out on top of the pile at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think City will do it with Maresca, and I think he's a good manager. I think he didn't get the time at Chelsea.
No, Chelsea. Yeah.
I think Chelsea blew it sacking him.
Yeah.
But I think they blew when he sacked Tuchel as well after he won the Champions League.
Yeah.
It was sort of like on the levels when Man U sacked Mourinho after finishing second. Just couldn't believe it.
With that squad as well.
But yeah, that's all for us. Thanks for listening, everybody. I know it's been a while since we've been out. We just had to get over the emotion of the World Cup, and we were all feeling a bit flat before coming back and doing another podcast. We're back now, and we're ready for the new season, and we hope you all are too.
James, definitely come along and do another one, mate.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm available.
Yeah, that's all we've got time for on this week's Football Banter Box. Give us a subscribe on YouTube and a little like on Facebook. And we'll see you all next time. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.